Okay, so hi Matthew. Okay, I shouldn't say okay because someone keep telling me you should
You all
stop
keep
saying
saying
that.
okay and yeah, okay
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, no more okay. I'll just
right. Use right
yeah,
now.
right. Okay, right. Okay, right.
I tend to say right a lot, so I say cool and right a lot.
I say
That's my
okay a lot.
filler.
Okay, so wow, okay.
Hey, you
Okay,
started
so
with
yeah,
okay.
okay.
It's like,
Okay,
hey, so
okay.
hi.
No more okay. Okay.
Then you say okay
Yeah,
again.
no. Okay, no more okay. Right.
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 So
Yes.
hi Matthew.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Today we are joined with Martin, who is behind the camera.
Cameraman.
Yeah. So I just want to just tell you that why am I doing this podcast?
Okay.
It's more of to help kind of people to get a more better sensing of what the job roles are in Singapore, and I think there's no better way to learn more about what you expect at a job than to listen to someone who actually been at who actually worked there lah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So you're still studying, is it?
Yeah, so in my final sem of school lah. Right.
In what school?
Singapore University of
Why you
Social
laughing?
Sciences. No, because okay, so SUSS is formerly known as SIM Uni.
Yeah.
So when someone says I'm from SUSS, right, nobody really knows
Okay.
SUSS because it's not really that established yet lah in that sense.
Yeah.
So so it's basically like a SIT and SUTD, before it got more well known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
when did you switch? When did you switch from that?
Yeah, funny thing is that when I applied for it, it was still SIM University.
Back in 2017.
Yeah. So SIM Uni and Unisim is very different, although it sounds the same.
Oh.
So Unisim is the global side. So that's where Martin studies.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But for SIM Uni is their own full-time program within the university itself.
Oh, so it's their own program.
Yeah, it's their own like full-time program.
So also Unisim is like the
Global side.
yeah, with all the other universities.
Yeah, like UOL, UB, things like that.
Then why did you decide to choose? Sorry, why did you decide to choose SIM over Unisim? Yeah.
Okay, so it has to mainly because SIM Uni, right, at that point of time was the only uni, right, that offered a full-time HR program. Yeah, so I mean there's NTU business, right, where you can specialize in HR. But you can only specialize in HR. You still need to do the business aspect of it, the business mods. But for SM Uni HR program, right, it's literally bachelor's in HR management. So it's a pure HR program.
But it's something that but HR is something that you want to do. Like you always thought of doing, right, when you. Well, I know you for very long already, right? I know you since secondary school already. Yeah, I never thought that you were someone who want to specialize in HR.
Yeah,
so how do you
neither did I.
Yeah, so why do you decide to kind of specialize in HR?
Right. So I think it all started when I was in poly.
Yeah.
So in poly, I did business, right, a very generic diploma. So in NIAM business, right, business studies, right, you have to specialize in a particular function of business in your third year, right? So it could be entrepreneurship, it could be finance, it could be psychology, things like that. And then there was a HR specialization as well, right? So the original plan when I first enlisted, when I first enrolled into the program, the HR diploma, right, was to specialize in marketing. Purely for the reason because I did better in marketing.
Oh.
The marketing modules lah, right? Because in the first year you basically do everything.
Yeah.
You get to dabble yourself in every single function of
it's very general lah.
It's a very general module.
Yeah.
Right. So in the third year, you're supposed to, or rather in the last sem of the second year, right, you're supposed to choose your specialization. Yeah. So it was a no-brainer, right, to choose marketing since I did better in it.
Yeah.
But this is where the God element comes in.
Okay. Now let's see. It's okay one.
Can, right?
Yeah.
I thought
about church also, like the
right,
previous episodes. Right. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So so basically when I was about to select marketing, right, because you have a few choices.
Yeah.
So based on my current GPA at that point of time, right, I knew that I could get into any specialization. that I wanted to, because it's based on GPA.
Yeah.
Your priority is based on GPA, as with anything in Singapore, right?
Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, right. I knew that if I picked marketing, right, I'll get it. If I picked HR for my first choice, I'll get it already. So
Oh.
I still remember very vividly, right? I was about to click marketing and submit my choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, then for some odd reason, right? Like I forgot to pray about it.
What do you mean by you forgot to
No,
pray?
when you do make any like big decision in your life, you need
Yeah.
to pray about things.
Yeah,
mah.
right.
Get a peace from God before you
Yeah.
go ahead with it, right?
Yeah.
At that time, I wasn't, as a young Christian, right? You like anything, whatever goes, lah,
Yeah.
right? So I pushed
Sure.
everything to the last minute, right? Then I was like, oh, I need to make my selection soon by the end of the day.
Okay.
So I went ahead with it in terms of what I deemed was the best for me at that point of time.
Okay.
So I thought, without a shadow of a doubt, right, it's marketing,
Okay.
right? But then prior to clicking my selection, right, I decided, I forgot to pray about this. So let me do a quick prayer to go and get a peace first.
Yeah.
So I prayed, and then I didn't get a peace for marketing. Then for like a good half an hour, I was like, I'm stuck. Right.
But what's this peace that you feel? What will you feel actually? Like, how do you know
it's
that
hard to explain this peace, but it's like a confident anticipation that this is where, or this is the right direction you should be.
So you didn't felt that when you wanted to almost click that marketing?
Yes, because I felt like this was based on what I believe was the best for me.
Okay.
Right. So after praying, for some reason HR came up and I switched without thinking twice, I switched my options, my choices.
Okay.
And I clicked okay.
Also, you switch it like at
last minute. Moment. Yeah.
Oh, but then do you feel this peace when you click HR? Like, do you?
Yeah, it much more peace than marketing, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, but I felt that peace. Yeah, but funny thing is that after I entered the specialization, right?
Yeah.
I didn't do very well for my HR mods. And that'll be a running joke later when we talk about my uni life also. I will continue because it's a running joke, like all I don't do well for HR mods for whatever reason, but I'm in HR. Yeah, but long story short, in year 3 I did HR mods. I didn't do badly, but I didn't do particularly well also compared to my marketing mods. Then in poly, A is a norm lah.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't do very well. I got B for everything.
That's okay. What B is okay. What?
Yeah, it's okay. But but if God tells you to go and do HR, then you're like, why am I getting B's instead of A's?
But I know. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. I mean, like in poly, right, that will score worse than B's.
Yeah lah. I'm not bragging, but
I know. But when it sounds to I mean, like to me lah, when I hear it, I was like, okay, B is okay. What? It's like okay lah, like okay. Yeah, it's like I know that people who did much worse. Yeah.
But this is, it's relative, right, to what I did previously.
But I understand because you say like you have that peace from God and then you thought you would do very well.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
But I think what happened subsequently after that was what eventually gave me that confidence that this is where I'm supposed to be. So after my first sem, I had to go for a 6-month internship. I'm sure you also know, right? In Myanmar, right? A mandatory internship. So I think during the internship itself, that was when I realized that HR is where I want to be. HR is where what I'm interested in. As I begin to work and experience the HR function in an organization.
So your first internship experience was at where?
Fraser's Centrepoint, but it's now called Fraser's Property.
Oh, Fraser's Property sounds familiar. Are they in charge of the anchor point or this thing, right?
Yeah, all the different points. Okay. Centrepoint. But those are malls. So they do more than just malls lah.
Okay.
They do essentially anything related to real estate.
Okay. So what was your role there?
I was a HR intern lah. So it was a generic HR internship role. Yeah.
So when you were there for 6 months, right?
I extended for another 2 months after that.
Oh.
No, I was there for 5 months. The initial was 5 months. Then I extended another 2 months, so it's 7 months.
Why did you extend?
As I said, I enjoyed the function, I enjoyed the role, I enjoyed the internship. I think another reason why I stayed was because I had nothing to do after that.
What do you mean? After
After
your school, what, man?
graduate already mah. Final sem mah.
You did your internship at the last semester last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you did it at the first year, then like you still like you just.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had to went through interview for that as well, lah.
Yeah, like one interview lah for internship.
So how did they interview you? Like, yeah.
Wow, that one quite long ago already.
Okay, was it like a face to face or
Yeah, it was
Zoom
face to face interview. So I
Okay.
interviewed with at that time my reporting manager lah, right?
Yeah.
So she was the HR manager at that time.
Yeah.
Interview was because it was a internship role, right? And I
Yeah.
didn't have any work experience prior to that. It was a very generic question, like generic questions lah, like what are your strengths, that kind of thing.
So what do you say?
I honestly can't remember. Right? I remember, I guess smoking my way through. I guess because at the back of my head, right, like if I don't get this, the school will definitely find another internship position for me.
Correct.
Yeah.
But how do you manage to choose this internship one?
Oh, it's on the school portal lah for this one.
Oh, so you just go to the portal and just click.
Yeah.
And then it just happened to get you back. But you got apply for others also lah, not only Fraser's.
At that time, you could only choose one.
You can choose one.
At that time lah.
Also, there's a list over there.
Yeah.
Then you can just choose the one that you want.
Yeah.
Oh,
at that time.
But that was the only one that caught your eye. There wasn't no like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be truthful about it lah. The only reason why I picked that, right?
Yeah.
Was because it was near my house.
Oh, che.
I don't want to travel, dude.
Where was it?
Five bus stops from my house. I stay at Queenstown. The office was at Valley Point.
Oh, that's very near lah. That's about
one click. I literally run there every other day. I run there and run back about 4 clicks.
Oh, it's very, very near.
It's very near.
Yeah. Oh, but the job is like 9 to 5 so lah.
Yeah, 9 to 5 job lah. It's a 9 to 5 job lah.
Right. Were you the only intern there?
Yeah, I was the only HR intern there at that point of time.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, okay, so the thing about the HR departments, right, usually there is at any one time there's only one intern because of how small the department is.
Oh.
Yeah.
How small is it? Yeah.
At that time it was only like 10 of us.
10 is considered small.
Yeah. For a HR department that supports the entire organization of 500.
Okay.
500 people.
Compared 10 to 500 is small.
Yeah. Plus each of us, right, have our own function.
Okay.
So on top of that, right, besides, it's not all 10 of us are doing operations or HR ops roles lah. Ops role meaning, bluntly put it, is very administrative things. Like replying to MOM, getting data for MOM, doing work pass, things like that. Very generic stuff lah. But some of us, like there was a L&D manager. So L&D is learning and development. So she's in charge of training, getting the employees the necessary training, and then like in that sense facilitating the training itself, the workshops itself. Yeah. Then there's also the I don't think there was a department. Oh yeah, no. Fraser's only had these two. Yeah. Fraser's only had these two, training as well as they had international HR one. So they are in charge of like, cause at that time Singapore was the HQ for Fraser.
Oh.
Yeah, the Fraser's properties lah. Right.
They're global also.
Southeast Asia lah.
Okay, so it's just okay.
They have properties in
global,
Europe lah, but it's all like how do I put it? Like
partnerships.
Yeah, partnerships rather more partnerships than actually owning the building itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what was your role there? You said there were a few things, right? They were like training, operations. So you did more of operations or
I did more ops lah. So I was usually the guy on the ground running around, asking people to fill out forms, things like that lah. Running around, like, cause as the intern, right? Usually you are just doing paperwork lah.
Correct lah.
Honestly.
What forms do they fill out so often?
During my time, right, main things that I did was usually revolving around invoices lah. Because we hire a lot of people.
Okay.
Yeah, because we do service apartments. We run service apartments, so we need housekeepers, or you need cooks, you need frontline front desk staff, things like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, now I understand better.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about phrases only is a mall only.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
Now I'm
no,
thinking,
no.
okay, there's two apartments.
Oh,
And
I
then
have to give some context lah. I support the hospitality side because I don't support the mall side.
the mall.
Although I'm still under the entire, because it's a shared service ma.
Yeah.
So I largely support the hospitality side of phrases.
So were you in charge of any part of the hiring process?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I just I do sit in lah once in a while, but I mainly process documents lah.
But when you see in, do you like what kind of interviews were they? Like interviews with who?
Usually lower levels lah. You have to understand that the context is I'm a poly intern. Yeah, so number one, they are not gonna hire me anytime soon because I need to go for NS. Number two, I'm just like I have no prior work experience in that. So I don't think they I mean, as much as they try to give me that kind of exposure, right? It's limited lah to a certain extent.
That's
right?
true. But were the experience the same as among your friends and everything? Was it like that also?
I would say my experience is I would say I have a better experience compared to my peers.
Oh, what happened to them? You sound like it's like a lot more worse.
It's quite sad lah. From what I hear, like my friends, they were just there doing like they literally like as much as I do have the administrative side of my role, right? They do try to expose me to other things. Like they do, in that sense, they kind of treated me like a full-time staff.
Okay.
Yeah. So they allow me to go for events with them. Sometimes they have like meetings, right? If it's not confidential, they ask me to come in and sit in. Although I don't participate per se, I do I do get to experience and listen as to what they are saying. Yeah.
Your friends also had, like you say, your friends had a worse experience.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, how bad was it though? Yeah.
Okay, so you know Wee Xiang, right?
Yeah, I know.
So I was quite close to Wee Xiang at the point of time.
Okay.
So we were both HR.
You're in the same course, right?
Yeah. We did the same course. Business, and then we specialized in HR.
Okay.
At that time, I think Wee Xiang shared that because there were many HR interns at that point of time. His company, I can't remember what company, but they hired a bunch of them.
Yeah.
To all do the same thing.
Do what?
I have no idea. I think it's just HR admin work.
Oh, like paper,
paperwork lah. So essentially, what happened was everyone is just just there to do the same thing over and over again. But for me, it's because I'm the only one there.
So you got a lot of more responsibility.
Yeah, not just that, but they are able to give me that attention.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so I would say my manager at that point of time, she was quite motherly lah.
Okay.
Yeah. She was motherly, yet at the same time she was competent enough to teach me and competent enough to help me out with certain things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there was a 6 months internship. Actually more than that, right? So you extended
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Then after that you graduated from Nian, and then you move on to national service. And then now you're in uni lah.
Yeah.
And then do you manage to do any internships when you're in uni?
Yeah. Actually, maybe we need to backtrack a bit.
Oh yeah,
back
sure.
to NS.
So you NS you also did internship?
No. So
moonlighting.
No. As in, because in NS, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we don't talk about the first few months of it. Like, it's just pure training and whatnot, right? So only when you go into uni, that's where you start to do actual work, right?
Yeah.
I would say lah. So, remember earlier I said that God told me to change from marketing to HR, right? So, looking back at my life, right, in retrospect, right, I realized that everything kind of flowed. Everything kind of like set itself in place for me. So even during NS, when I was in my unit, right? Yeah. So I was trained as an Air Force spec lah. So I was supposed to handle Air Force radars.
Okay.
Right. So you will never think that you will how is there HR, how can the HR element ever appear in NS, right? Turns out, right, I was, instead of doing radar thing, right, after training for like 5 odd months, right, I was placed to do an ops spec role.
I never
okay, so ops spec, right, essentially is every unit has an ops room.
Okay.
It's like the HQ lah, like the office of the unit.
Yeah.
So every few months, right, like they will take like a few specs from the batch and then they throw them to the ops room, right, to do things that's unrelated to what they have trained for.
Huh? So
basically, you do admin work, admin stuff like in the ops room.
Yeah.
So you're like the HQ, because they need someone there who knows the knowledge, who has the knowledge of the system, yet at the same time be able to coordinate things when we send the system out for missions lah.
Okay.
I try not to give too much information because that's a bit more sensitive, right?
Okay.
So
yeah.
Long story short, I was placed in the ops room,
Mm-hmm.
and I was an ops spec, and I was in charge of soldier training requirements.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's HR related also. So what I do is, I'm that guy who calls you and say you need to do IPPT now.
Oh, you're the guy.
like-
okay, ops. Okay.
Dude, you need to go for range. You haven't cleared your range. And then like all the different training requirements as a soldier, the different competencies that you need to do. I'm the one who is tracking those things and ensuring that everyone in the unit, right, 300 odd people, right, all meet their expectations, meet the training expectations.
But this is only for the current national service people.
No,
Or
even the
ORD,
NS people within our unit as well.
Even the people who ORD also.
Yeah lah, they come for reservists lah. They need to clear things also, right?
Yeah.
During reservists itself.
Oh.
So I'm that guy tracking all these things. Yeah, so somehow I ended up doing that without even really like choosing that path. In fact, I didn't even want to be the ops spec.
What do you want to do?
I just wanted to be one of the regular guys running around with my friends.
Oh.
Then I remember the at that time was the master sergeant. He was like, "Hey, Sergeant Wong, you know how to do Excel or not?" I'm like, "What? Of course lah. Who don't know how to do Excel?" Then he's like, "Okay, you're spec." Then I'm like, "Huh?" And next thing I know, for the next 1.5 years, I'm just doing that thing.
But how did they select you? Like, was it only you or was it like a lot of other people also?
So they have to select. Okay, so from what I know, for ops spec, right, usually right, they want someone from, because we have ranking, course ranking. So you need to be in the top 10 course ranking.
Okay.
And then after that, you can't be the top 5 also, because they want to keep the top 5 ranking for their own.
To do what?
To do the radar thing lah. So you need someone that's competent to handle the radar, right? So I just happened to be from 5th to 10th my rank. So it's like, okay lah, you are high enough and you know how to do Excel. Okay, it's you.
How do they rank you like that? How do they rank like from 1?
Honestly, I'm not very sure. It's based on our time in training school.
Oh.
Like whether you pass the test, things like that lah, and how you perform outfield, things like that. Honestly, I don't know what I did lah.
So you did quite well lah in your outfield, I think. Probably.
I guess so lah.
It's among how many people is there? Like, yeah,
21 people only lah.
Oh, I thought talking like 1,000.
No lah. Air Force very small. Air Force very small.
Oh.
Yeah. I think most of the grades came from the test itself lah. Because Air Force got a lot of like tests. Like competency tests lah.
So you end up being a sergeant there lah in NS.
Yep.
How do they promote people there in army? I'm not very sure really.
In army?
How do they promote you to sergeant? Like third sergeant?
You need to go to SES or SES is sergeant sergeant cadet school. Oh, specialist cadet school. Yeah. Specialist cadet. We're called specialist, not sergeant. Specialist.
Oh.
Yeah, specialist cadet school. It's like OCS lah, but SES is like a truncated version, 6 months only.
OCS is 1 year.
OCS is 9 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were thrown there lah.
No lah. During BMT, we highlight our preference, I guess.
Oh, then you wanted to be.
I wanted to be a sergeant.
Oh, you don't want to do OCS?
No.
Not really. I thought honestly, I always thought people that all want to go OCS one.
No, in my head, right, it's like if I be a man, right, the pay too low.
Man, yeah, pay too low, yeah.
Then OCS, right, the pay not bad, but a lot of responsibility.
Not really, man. I thought they quite chill one.
No lah, depends on where you go lah. Right, at that time I didn't know there was a Air Force option. I don't neither. So in my head, right, it's like the best option and the best ROI, right, would be being a spec, being a sergeant.
But your friends around you definitely want to be OCS, right?
Definitely. Got some gay kiao one. Wayang, right?
Everything.
BMT, right? Huh?
They confirm want to go OCS one.
There's this one guy. He's probably not going to hear this. He probably knows himself who he is also. He's the one guy that keeps saying he wanted to go OCS.
Yeah.
He became a man in the end.
How really?
Yeah, because honestly, right, BMT, right?
Yeah.
It's better to keep a low profile, right, and to gum with everybody. Because at the end of the day, right, there's also a peer evaluation form.
Also got like university like that.
Yeah, and the evaluation form very important because you need to be liked by your peers, right, to be in OCS.
Then everyone just
everyone hated on him because he was quite a dick about it. Goes around telling people, oh, I confirm OCS.
Huh? Well, that's quite cocky.
Yeah, he'll know who he is if he ever listens to his podcast. Nobody really liked him at that point of time.
You can share with him this podcast.
I lost contact with him already. But it was funny lah. Then when he ended up being a man, I just expected lah. You go around telling people you'll be OCS.
But being a man means your rank is just corporal or what?
Highest will be corporal first class. Of course, I have nothing against men.
Yeah lah.
Right. Some people just want to be a man, or some people don't mind being a man. Yeah, but at that point of time, being a spec was something that I guess appealed to me lah. Because I don't want to. I was trying to find a middle ground between myself. As much as NS was boring for me, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to do something more than just listening, going around doing the same thing over and over again as a man lah, right? Wanted to have a bit of influence, right? Impact on people. So I think being a spec was a good middle ground for me lah. Yeah.
But your job at the spec, you were working in the ops. So what kind of influence did you have over? Because you say you want to influence people during your time in NS. So what kind of were you training people under you, or do you what was it like? Like you were training people under you, or do you have any responsibilities that made you to have to train someone or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah. So funny thing is that in Air Force, right? As a spec, right, we don't really have men under us.
Oh.
Because of the nature of our radar system. Because radar, right, is all operated by specs.
Okay. Also, everyone is just the same.
Yeah, under the radar department, radar division. I don't know what is it. Radar battery. Yeah, we call it battery.
Radar battery.
Yeah, we call it battery. It's like a department.
Okay.
If you put it in the context of an organization. Yeah, so initially I was like, wow, so everyone is a spec. There's no way I can have any influence on people, right? But turns out when I was at Ospec, right, I had quite a lot of influence on people because I deal with not only men, basically I deal with everybody's training requirement, including the CEO's training requirement. He also need to go for IPPTR,
Also,
as the CEO.
You need to tell him
yeah, I was sending email hey, sir, your IPPT it's
coming up soon.
Coming out, so you want me to help you book that kind of thing things like that. Yeah, so long story short, right, I managed to the number of people I interacted with, right? You could say, right, I had the most touch points already compared to most NSFs there. Off the top of my head, right, if you tell me someone's name, right, I know where is he from, what's his age, whether he got clear PPT or not. Because I literally look at the data every day. Then at the same time, right, I also have contact with external people. So when you send someone for a range, right, you need to call the MMRC people. MMRC is the indoor range people. Because it's not run by NS people. It's run by Cisco.
It's a softie, right?
Yeah, it's run by Cisco.
Okay.
So it's external people. Right. Then if I want to send people for CBRE, the chemical training, right, it's also not under Air Force. It's under Army. So I need to contact Army people.
Oh, so so basically, you're basically the middleman, the touch point of everyone.
Yeah. So I'm calling people have no idea who they are, but I just call them and just can contact with them and then tell them I'm so and so, things like that.
But that's quite relevant. I mean, that's still quite relevant to what you were
exactly.
to do
exactly
HR. Oh yeah, now I can see the
link
within how God put you there.
And honestly, I didn't see the link until much later.
Until when?
Probably in uni. Because honestly, as an NS person, right, you're just can't wait to ORD.
Yeah, right. That's true, man. That's basically how every guy in NS is. I mean, I'm sure there are some who are
OCS lah.
Yeah lah. Or maybe some people OCS also want to pass ORT, but there are always one or two people who wow.
Yeah,
I love NS. Yeah.
Cannot find. I'm not sure who you are referring to. I have never seen anyone like that.
I mean, I have a friend. I know he's not really a pro NS thing lah, but I can say that he gave his 100%. Yeah. I mean, I would say a lot of people in NS, we all kind of yeah. Oh, okay. So basically, a lot of people in NS, they give their 50%, 60% of the effort, or even less than that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
But I know this guy who gives 100%. We're supposed to go to NS. You're supposed to go to camp, supposed to have clean shaven and stuff, right?
Yep.
And then you're supposed to come on time and stuff. And then for I don't know, for my unit we quite lax one lah. Cause even the regulars themselves are people who are like going to retire soon already.
Right.
And they all just get thrown to this unit and then they just do it lah. Yeah, it's a 9 to 5 job.
Right.
Then like this guy is like, he comes to work on time, very on time. Like
Maybe it's just prim and proper lah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah lah, but everyone else is like, like more chill, more like, you about 5 minutes late, okay lor. 5 minutes late, yeah. 5-10 minutes late, okay lor. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he's like, hey, what time already? Hey, you sergeant eh? Yeah. Because at that time I was sergeant, then he was corporal.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then I was like,
quite rare though to find someone like that.
Yeah, so I was like, okay lah, 5 minutes only. Then I'm like, okay.
Some people are just like that, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean, it's good to have some people lah.
Right.
Yeah. If not, Singapore, like the national service is quite. I wouldn't say good or bad, but.
But that's the issue with conscript army.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone is just there to clock in time, I guess. To a
So,
certain extent lah.
Yeah lah. But it's the same for everywhere lah. I think even in Korea or Israel or anything, it's the same.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when do you start applying for your uni in army? Like when you started? Like, yeah.
So I started 1 year later lah, because most of us usually during NS, right, they will apply on their first year of NS. The moment the first window open, they will apply for it, right?
So that'll be you went in
the
NS
first year in NS, that particular window itself. Because you have 2 years of NS ma, so you have 2 years to apply, right? So the first year most people will have applied already and secured their spot.
So you applied in 2018, 2017?
Applied in 2016.
16 is
2015, 2016 ma.
Oh yeah, correct. Yeah. I keep thinking, correct.
2017 is when we started.
Yeah. 2016, yeah, 2016.
Yeah, so most people applied 2015. Then I didn't apply because I was, frankly speaking, too lazy.
Too lazy?
No, because there's so many things. Like honestly, NS was very tiring for me.
Okay.
Like the moment I booked out, right, I had no mood to do anything.
Oh, you sound like very, very tiring like that.
At the time, it was quite tiring because I was still in SES. It was still the infantry period.
Oh, yeah, still at the training part.
Yeah, so it was very tiring lah. Like, Martin would know lah.
Oh, you're in the same camp?
No lah, Martin infantry ma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, infantry very tiring, really. Like, you really brain dead. After you come back, right, you just feel sick. You will know lah, you know.
Martin give me a nod approval.
Yeah, he's smiling. Yeah, so I wanted to, but I didn't because I thought, okay, maybe I still have another year to think about it. Plus, at that time, right, honestly, I didn't really know. At that time, I was contemplating, because at that time, it was either SIM, uni, which was still a private U at that time, but doing HR, or going to a local U, but doing something unrelated to HR.
But what do you want to do at the local U?
That's the thing, I don't know. So I was quite stumped because I knew I wanted to do HR. Right, but at that time there wasn't a HR program for any like local U.
But now there is, is it?
I think NTU has, but it's still under business, a generic business degree.
Okay.
But they specialize in similar to NP law, similar to my diploma. Yeah, but until now there's no there's no full HR program in local U. So
that's why you applied for
SIM
lah.
At that time, I had 2 interviews lah. I had one with SMU, but I was doing IS, like information systems. Then I also had a SIM HR program.
Yeah. So,
at that time, I was thinking which one should I go for, right? Then I pray and ask God lah. Like, at the end of the day, if this is where you want me to be, right, then I'll just go for it. Irregardless whether it's a local U or a private U, right? Because at the end of the day, my end goal is to be in HR ma. And doing a HR degree gives me the highest chance to do HR.
Yeah, correct.
Right? So I accepted SIM in the end. Yeah.
But wouldn't the cost be something that you also think about?
Same price.
Same price?
Yeah, because SIM at the time, they consider itself as local private U lah, like semi like half local already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were converting to SUSS at that time. Honestly, I didn't know. Only when I went in, right, like I still have my acceptance letter.
Yeah.
SIM uni. But when I went in, right, everything changed. SUSS. Like
So
even my
you were
even my EZ-Link card also, if you see, it's SUSS.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, nice photo, man.
Thanks.
Looks so
That's
professional.
my poly one.
Oh, yeah. Looks so professional.
Right.
Oh, but actually, do you try to apply to like Unisim? Like, do you ever thought of like, is there any
No,
course? No,
no. Because Unisim don't have anything that I want.
don't have the
Don't have
HR
any
course.
courses that I wanted.
Oh, so it's only at SIM that they have.
SIM uni.
Okay.
They are even until now, right? They are the only uni or the only course that is fully HR.
But do you know the reason why that they only have this?
I think it's something to do with MOM,
Huh?
MOE.
Why?
Because
What to do with MOE?
not MOE, MOM. Like there's not many. There's not a urgent need for HR professionals,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But most of HR professionals, right? They didn't study HR. They studied psychology previously.
Oh,
Yeah, for some reason,
so there's still a possibility for you to go to HR from other courses. So
yeah, definitely. But then again, right? If I want to do HR, I might as well just study HR, right? So that I know what to do
that's true.
as a HR professional.
But maybe those people who go to HR or they apply to HR, right? They didn't want to do HR.
Yeah, probably not their first choice, lah. Because
Yeah.
I honestly, right, cross my heart, right, I have not heard anyone that says I want to do HR.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say I also think it's quite.
Martin is nodding again.
Of approval. No, but honestly, I also never thought of I never like heard of anyone who say he want to do HR.
Yeah, exactly. Neither did I.
Okay. Oh.
So I mean, I'm here because of God. Not so much of like honestly, I didn't. If I look back, right, I wouldn't see myself in this position right now. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So actually, HR, right? I don't know. I just never thought of it. Like I never. Yeah. When I know you for very long.
Yeah.
I just never had this impression that you're going to do HR. But then now that I heard like how you kind of have this formulation of how you want to do HR because of God, I think that's quite interesting. Yeah. And then when you get your acceptance from SIM, right? When you started school?
SUSS.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I keep thinking confusing.
Got difference.
Okay, SUSS.
No lah, it's fine. SIM is fine.
Okay, let's not confuse the people who are not watching. Basically, people who are listening.
SUSS lah.
SUSS and SIM is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
But there's always a very bad stigma with the word SIM.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why also.
Yeah, so I use SUSS. Okay.
SUSS.
Yeah.
Quite sus.
So when you started school at SUSS?
When I started?
Yeah.
2017.
In August.
August, same as the local use.
Oh, so it follows the local use and not like the private use in.
Yeah, it's essentially it's a fully autonomous university already lah. Right. So it's government aided and whatnot.
But when you were studying there, right? Because like you say, there's a lot of other universities there. Then you all have to share like the resources, like the classrooms and everything.
For SUSS we took because there's 3 blocks in SIM, so it's block A, block B, block C. We took the entire block C lah, essentially.
Also, you will never cross mingle lah.
Unless you go and eat lah. The food court is the same lah.
There's one food court, right?
In block B lah, there's only one food court. So we share food court lah. But other than that, we don't really mingle. In fact, we don't mingle with them at all. Unless you join their clubs lah.
Oh, so your CCAs are still the
because we are too small of a school already, so we need to combine CCAs lah.
How big was SUSS? How many courses were there?
Okay, so SUSS, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of students, but majority are part-time students.
Oh.
Yeah, so like we have 15,000 students, right? From last I checked, right?
15,000?
Yeah, but wait. But more than like, I think only like 4,000 is full-time, I think.
4,000 is full-time, 15,000. This is only for SUSS.
Yeah. So majority part-timers if I'm not wrong.
Then why didn't you do part-time actually? If you think about
I don't want to do part-time. Why do I want to do part-time?
It's longer, is it?
It's shorter, but but the fact is you need work experience.
Oh.
You need to have 2 years of work experience.
But I know someone who is doing that now. I think we know someone who is doing that. Like
so the person is working and schooling. I don't think I can do that.
Oh, you don't think you can do that? That's why.
That's what I think.
Oh.
but that's not what I did.
But you say it's shorter. What do you mean by it's shorter?
It's 3 years because there's no honours.
Oh, you cannot take honours even
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
But you want to do honours?
Not really honestly. At that time, I didn't really. It was a natural progression to go into full time because everyone else did full time.
That's
But
true.
if I look back now, right, probably part-time would have been a better choice for me.
Mm.
Yeah, but then again, I didn't know much, right? At that point of time. Year 1, you're like, okay, time to do 4 years of uni. Let's do it.
Yeah, man, that's true.
You didn't think too much about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But-
now you're your 4th year already.
Yep.
So you already completed honors.
More or less lah. I left like 2 modules lah.
But sorry, I need to ask you the syllabus syllabus in SIM, is it SUSS is very similar to the one in Unisim? Because I heard from Martin, his one was
No, it's quite different.
he has no internship and stuff. But yours have, is it?
Ours we mimic SMU quite often. We mimic SMU quite closely.
Okay.
It's not a coincidence lah, because the provost, all these people, right, they all came from SMU.
Oh, you all got that stolen over.
Yeah, they took them over lah. They took them over. So
steal them
it's no
over.
coincidence lah that it's similar to SMU.
Oh.
So we do have mandatory service learning, mandatory internship as well.
Service learning. What is
Okay, service learning is like you go and like do charity work.
Oh,
Yeah. It's mandatory, by the way. You need to clear two years of service learning.
2 years?
Yeah, dude. First and second year, all I did was give tuition to kids.
Oh, it's a must.
It's a must.
How do we know if you actually do it?
There's attendance. You have to go there and do it.
Oh, you have to go there and do
They
it.
partner with the all the non-profit organizations.
Oh, I thought you do your own self.
No. You need to go down
Because what, every weekend?
every week.
Every week?
Yeah, every weekend lah. Every week.
Every weekend?
Could be in the day also or at night. Depends on your schedule.
You teach what? Secondary school kids?
I teach primary school kids.
At night also?
At night every Wednesday.
Wait, in school? In SU?
No. At their center. You have to travel all to Toa Payoh. It's very tiring.
Yeah, wow, that's actually... Yeah,
it's quite tiring.
I didn't know there's such thing.
Mandatory, by the way.
But this is applied to across the entire school.
Yeah, SUSS students. Full-time SUSS students.
So you teach what? Math, English?
Honestly, I didn't teach much lah. I just supervise them do their work their homework. So
For like 2 hours, just...
yeah, just sit there and watch them do homework and like help them out with their work. It's not hard lah.
But is there
Primary school work.
But who is there to actually see that you're there?
There is like the people there lah.
Oh, they will want to... Oh.
Yeah, they have like mentors and supervisors from the non-profit organizations.
Then you guys are just like free labor like that.
Essentially lah, we are lah, free labor lah.
Wow. Well, that's quite... I didn't know that.
SMU have also.
Oh, really? Yeah,
but SMU you can clock it with camps.
Oh, you go join camps.
Yeah. So I was like, that makes no sense, but okay.
Yeah, because that's so two different things. Like doing a camp.
Yeah, exactly. So they like force people to do not charity work lah, like non-profit work lah. But you look at it in hindsight, right? Like, oh, actually that's quite a good thing to put on your resume.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually doing it, you're like, oh my goodness, I need to study and do this at the same time.
Yeah. But for 2 years
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh, 2 years. But do you manage to learn anything there? Like, do you manage to like bring over this experience? Yeah. Like any experience that you gain or anything that you thought that...
Honestly, it's quite mundane work. You literally just go there to supervise kids. I guess what the main thing I got out of it, right, was the fact that I'm able to learn how to interact with kids. Like learn how to handle kids better. Because some context, I'm doing tuition in primary school for the church as well, right? Yeah, I'm a tutor in the church, right? So I guess that kind of coincides with what I do also. Yeah.
So what have you brought over? Like, what
transferable skills, none,
Yeah.
I guess.
how to discipline a kid or anything?
No lah. In fact, we are quite nice to them.
Oh, but they're nice to you, not? Yeah.
Okay, so some context is the kids of they are all from like low income families. Yeah, so I know their family background roughly, and they have a hard family background right? They have a tough childhood, so I guess for us, right, it's really just there to be friends with them during that short 2 hours. And as much as we want them to do work, right? There are times where we also play with them like like just like, hey, you want to play soccer? And then we just go and play soccer.
Play soccer? Yeah,
there's like an open area we can just play soccer there.
In the classroom?
No, outside the classroom.
Oh.
It's like a center is a center,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I say in the classroom because last time we used to play in the classroom. So I won't be surprised if people still do it now. Like, play soccer in the classroom.
Cannot. You have to play outside.
Oh, but for 2 years Well, that's quite impressive. I really never thought that there's such a thing happening.
Quite intense, quite intense.
Oh, but do you know this before you go into SIM? So
No,
SUSS,
no,
you didn't know.
I don't know. I didn't know any of this. Honestly, right? SUSS took me by surprise, because
You're just surprised if you have this.
there's a lot of things. Like they have a lot of additional things, like from SUSS. So like most people have in orientation camps, right?
Yeah.
They don't have. They have during my time now I think they have orientation camps. During my time, right, we go OBS.
Now you go OBS.
And during my time, right, the camp, right, was OBS. Like we literally all went OBS at the entire school.
It's not
even fun, dude. OBS sucked.
Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah.
So bad, like wow.
You see all the high element things.
Yeah. Then we go stay outside, like outfield for one night. Then I was like thinking like, wow, this is like army all over again. Then in my head, right, it's like, wow, this school is a little bit different.
But compulsory.
Compulsory, do it. Compulsory. You can't graduate if you don't do it.
Huh?
Yeah. So someone didn't go for the OBS, right? They had to go for the next OBS with the new batch of students.
Wow, why the school is a bit...
It's a bit weird, lah.
Interesting.
It's a bit weird, lah.
Interestingly different. Yeah.
I guess they were trying to instill certain, I would say, values in us, I guess.
But all these camps are like a bit... I mean no offense. I feel like in the secondary school phase.
It is.
Yeah, then they're pushing it onto...
It is.
People who are like adults really are like...
A bit odd, lah. It was a bit odd, lah, at that time. So I was like, okay, this school is a bit different, but I guess...
But I got through it, lah.
Yeah, lah, I got through it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got through it.
You're gonna finish already, like a few more. Actually, you finished already. Yeah, you really finished.
No, lah,
already,
I still have one more exam.
Oh, it's
I have one more assignment. I have 2 more assignments, 1 more exam.
2 more assignments.
But it's simple assignments.
Okay lah.
Exams is just exam.
Yeah, lor. Confirm pass one, then it's finished.
Yeah. In fact, I started applying for jobs even before that already.
Oh.
Like I started applying already.
So where have you applied now?
I've applied for a few roles lah, mostly revolving around HR lah, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I guess what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I applied for a few HR roles lah. So I went into applying for jobs, right, with the perception that any HR role will do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that as much as I want to specialize in a certain function, right, like it's very difficult. Because I'm a fresh grad and whatnot, right? So I applied for a lot of like traineeship programs, graduate programs, HR graduate programs, things like that, and HR ops roles lah, and HR recruitment roles as well. So some context, right? I don't want to do. I'm not a fan of recruitment lah. No offense to people who like recruitment, but it's just not me to do that. Yeah, because it feels like a sales role to me lah.
Why, sorry, I don't want HR recruitment. You just try to recruit people, is it?
Yeah, essentially recruiting people and meeting manpower needs.
Oh.
Filling in manpower needs.
But what do you want to do exactly? Like what do you think?
Yeah. So okay, so for me, right, I think throughout the whole my uni life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to give some context again. I didn't do very, very well for my HR mods again. Yeah, for some reason, right? Some odd reason, I don't do very well for HR mods.
Don't tell me it's B again,
Mostly B's lah.
Well,
there are some C's lah. There's some
Yeah,
C's and then whatnot, right? Then I think there's one particular module that I did very well, right? Which was HR measurements.
What's that? What's HR measurement?
So it's HR, like measuring how you measure HR. Okay, so HR is inherently it's not quantitative, right? HR, right? So how do you quantify HR? Like for example, employee performance. You need to quantify it through a certain means, right? Yeah. So from there, you need to so you need to correlate like performance to like how much income the person is able to generate.
Oh, so you do like a comparison? Like
like correlation.
Correlation.
Yeah. So that's like a high level. High level. Oops.
Yeah.
High level explanation, description of it, right? Yeah. So that's what HR measurement is, right?
But you did very well for the module.
For some reason.
Why did you say for some reason? Yeah.
Because I realize I'm a numbers person. But numbers person doing HR is very odd, right? Don't you think so?
Yeah.
You think like, I will do like engineering or like do like everyone thinks like, you do engineering or
econs.
Econs, or you do analytics or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but surprisingly, right, there's more and more of us, right? mainly the guys in HR, right, that are shifting towards HR analytics. Yeah.
What's HR analytics?
Analytics.
Right?
So it's basically analytics but HR data.
Okay.
You know, like sales analytics. But instead of sales data, it's HR data lah.
Also, you basically like what you say, like you're doing comparison of performance. There's such a thing.
It's a very niche area lah. Not many people are inside that area. But for me is I'm leaning towards that. But yeah, at the same time, right, I don't want to be like an analytics person lah, because I'm not really that kind of person either. So long story short, right, I went through so many different so during my uni days, I did an internship at AECom lah. So it's a large engineering consulting firm.
You did this during your uni?
Yeah, during my third year of uni.
Okay.
Yeah, so after I came back from summer school, I went for internship. So during that time, I guess during that time, it was where I realized that, okay, so this is where I want to be in terms of what I want to do. I don't want to do ops, neither do I want to do recruitment. So I want to do something regarding more leaning towards data and how I can use that data to improve performance in employees and whatnot. So it's a very niche area.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so it's quite a niche area. So it was quite hard for me to find a role in it. So there's no way, right? If you search so the function is called performance management.
Yeah.
You go and do a quick LinkedIn or Google search, right? Very hard to find a role that is specific to that.
But there is lah.
There is, but very rare.
Very rare.
And mostly, right, most of them requires you to have a few years of experience. Yeah, so in my head, right, it's like, okay, so I need to start somewhere else instead to go there. So I need to start as a HR ops person, like generic HR role, before I can
jump.
Show that I'm interested in this area or this function. So I applied for a lot of roles. Even roles that I don't want. Like functions that I didn't want.
But still HR lah.
HR.
Okay.
Long story short, I didn't get any of those.
How many did you apply?
Offhand, right? I think 100 over.
Okay lah, that's the very
around there lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess God has a funny way of doing things.
Okay.
Right. So I applied for this HR exec role in this shipping company.
Shipping company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I looked at so it's they label it as they market it as a generic HR role. But when I look at the JD, right, it was like, seeming familiar as in like it looks very different from a normal HR role.
Okay.
It was very performance driven.
Something like what you want.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, never mind, I just apply first. Then I hear what they want to have to say. So it turns out, right, it wasn't a pure HR exec role. It was a performance management role.
Oh.
Yeah. So long story short, I got offered that role lah.
But you went for the interview lah.
It's all online lah. Online interview. So in fact, if everything goes according to plan, I'll be signing it next week lah.
Oh, that's fast,
the contract, yeah.
Oh.
And this was I didn't have to think twice for this one because I was offered something else also. So I told them to give me some time to think about it. But that was a HR/TA role lah, which was TA recruitment role, talent acquisition role. Okay. So it was something that I had reservations about. For this one, right, without even thinking or blinking twice, I knew I wanted to be here already. So
you had the same piece that you had before also lah.
Yeah. In fact, right, if you offered me something else, right, like ops role, right, if I really do accept that kind of role, right, I will accept it out of insecurity lah. I admit to that. I would have accepted that out of insecurity, like insecurity of not having a job. You know.
I mean that feeling is very, very normal.
It is lah, especially now with COVID and whatnot.
Yeah. And not only that, I feel like if you see the people around you all working also, and then you yourself also want to kind of like quickly find a job and quickly get into the whole system and and start working and stuff. Oh, well, actually, so you sign it next week, right? By next week, when will you start working?
1st June.
1st June.
2 more months from now.
Okay lah, that's okay, right?
It's okay lah, just that I don't really have a break in between lah.
Oh.
So my last paper is on the 25th of May.
Oh, that's very late there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then for some reason I only have one paper, but it's on 25th of May lah. Doesn't help lah, right?
Yeah.
But it's a level 3 mod, that's why it's pushed all the way to the end. Level 3, level 1, level 2, level 3 mods.
I guess it's the difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay.
The level 4 being the highest lah. So then after that, right, after 25th May, right, I'll go for a quick cruise for 3 days.
Okay.
And then I'll have 1 day break and then I'll start work already.
Okay lah.
I mean if I don't start work earlier, I'll just be at home sleeping, right?
Yeah.
No difference lah.
That's true. I mean, you can try mentally prepare yourself, but I mean, how much can you actually?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Plus, I think I'm quite mentally prepared already, given our age.
Yeah, must have just start already.
We
Right?
should start working soon already. Yeah. And honestly, I think it's a long time coming, given that we are at this age. And we need to, in that sense, move on with our lives already, right?
I mean, you sound like very old already.
We are lah. 27 is not young. Given that this is my first full-time role.
Yeah lah, but I mean, I feel like anything under 30, you're not that old yet lah. I mean, I always see people I don't know where Martin need go already because I keep looking at time. Yeah.
You want to go first? Okay, see you.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, okay, so I have like with I'm not sure that anyone has this but I have a short-term and long-term plan ma. So if I want to achieve my short-term and long-term plans, right, I need to start working soon lah.
So what are your
short-term plan is to be a HR manager by 35.
Okay.
Yeah, so for HR, right, it's not very easy there's no like fixed progression per se. You need a certain number of years of experience under your belt before you can jump, right? Yeah, so from what I have seen so far, right, for most HR managers, right, it's between...
Yeah. Saying what are your short-term plans?
Yeah, to be a HR manager by 35, right? Mid-30s.
35 is still quite long, now you're 27.
Yeah. So, like I said, like based on what I've seen so far, right, most HR managers, right, require at least 7 to 8 years of experience.
Oh, it's now lah.
Yeah, which is now lor, exactly now lor.
Oh.
Yeah, because I realized that once I hit 35, right, I don't want to spend... I sound old, right, but that's how far I plan into my life lah. Like I want to spend time with my children.
Oh, okay.
Right, so I cannot, like, I have to be there for them during their younger years. So I need to secure at least a proper role, like proper job, and be able to provide for them sufficiently, right?
Yeah.
Before I put my attention onto them.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you really think very far.
No choice lah, Singapore. Right. You need to plan ahead.
But just I think a lot of it also is societal pressure lah.
It is lah. Yeah.
I mean,
but that is what I want.
Yeah lah, correct. That's what you want, yeah. But I feel like what you want is also the same for a lot of people in Singapore.
Exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean it's a very typical, very Singapore thing.
It is lah.
I mean a lot of people are doing that.
I would say I'm a very boring person. The only thing unique about me is that I'm doing HR, I guess.
No, I think unique in terms of you're the only person that I know that wants to do HR.
Oh yeah. Not the only person doing HR. The person that wants to do HR.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, so I want to talk more about your
interview
internship
process, is it?
A bit more about your internship at your company that you're working at. Yeah. So what do you exactly did there, like at AECOM? Yeah.
So I think AECOM was where I learned the most in terms of my learn not only about myself in terms of what I want to do in HR, but also learn about how HR contributes to an organization. So some context, AECOM is a very big company.
Engineering company, right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's listed and whatnot. So Forbes, I don't know what is it S&P 500, that kind of thing lah.
I think so.
500 top company. So it's very big, right? So that is where I realized that in such a large company, I had a lot of areas where I can learn and develop myself. And it did help that my manager was someone who doesn't stop me from learning. In that sense, where he gave me a lot of opportunities to go and try things. In fact, he encouraged me to go and try things also. So I think during my first week itself, right, he kind of threw me in the deep the first week. I think to test me also. So the first week he gave me so it was performance management related. So he gave me a bunch of surveys done by employees. So these were all we call it engagement surveys, I guess. So how engaged are you at work? And different factors as to what you are satisfied with and what you're not satisfied with. So from there, right, we could pinpoint key areas whereby employees are not satisfied with. Because we can link satisfaction to performance. The more satisfied you are, the more likely you will perform in your job.
Yeah.
Right, more engaged you are in your job. More engaged, then the more likely you'll perform.
Wait, I want to ask, all these are all anonymous, right? All the people who are putting
Yeah, definitely anonymous.
Okay.
Yeah, so I only see data only. I don't see the names or what. So from there, right, I could highlight key areas where we could improve on, and then from there we come up with concrete action plans, and then we propose it to the different departments. So from there, if the managers or if the business head of departments agree with it, right, then they will roll it out in hopes to further engage their employees lah.
Okay. So normally like one plan, how long do you take to plan out this one plan?
Honestly, the planning part, right?
Yeah.
The action steps, right?
Yeah.
They were all pre-planned already. So we had prior like action plans template already that was created for us.
Wait, what do you mean by pre-plan already?
So like for example, if employees feel like they need more training, right? We have action steps to take to meet that need.
Oh, okay.
Like we already came out with the plan already. So even before this survey, right?
Yeah.
The previous HR people, previous HR executives, they would we call it TM lah, talent management executives.
Yeah.
Okay, so talent management, performance management is quite similar lah. So they basically manage people in terms of trying to get them to fulfill their fullest potential lah.
Oh.
Yeah. So they came out with action plans already. So all I needed to do was to analyze the data, highlight the key areas.
Yeah.
From there, link it to the appropriate action plans.
Oh, so the plan's already out, already planned already.
Yeah.
It's just you need to be able to know which plan execute to carry
It has
out.
to be catered to each department, ma. Cannot be a wholesale thing, ma. Right.
But it's not tailor made from, let's say, from scratch. Like from, let's say you.
Most things are not tailor made.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. As in, you need a base.
Sure.
Of course, it's tailor made according to feedback from the manager, lah.
Yeah, lah.
Right.
But the base is there. Then
the base has been
you'll
there,
just change a little bit.
Yeah. So when we present these things, we will get feedback from the manager itself. Then from there we make the appropriate tweaks, lah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was like more of like you find out what's the problem. Then your team kind of discuss it together, and then you'll like plan out a plan and then execute it. Yeah. But I didn't know it was like you already have a pre-plan already. Yeah.
It's more of a baseline plan, I guess. We still come and discuss. We still discuss internally again after the meetings.
But do you know if this is very like, is it similar across other companies as well?
I'll let you know once I start work. Because I've only dealt with this in AECOM.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's something I didn't know.
Yeah, so that's why when people say, right, like, oh, you're doing HR, or you admin work, it's not really about admin work, honestly. Like, I feel like after a while I realized I don't want to explain what I do per se, because people will just think it's admin work, It's there's a stigma against HR people in that sense. Like people always view HR, no offense but it's all the HR, the older ladies, the older HR aunties doing admin work,
Oh, but you're not lah.
I'm not lah. I do see the landscape changing for HR. We have people like Sing Yi doing HR analytics.
Yeah, which is basically almost like what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Similar, yeah.
And then we have people doing talent management, like my friend Kiet. Yeah, so he's doing L&D rather, not talent management. Yeah, so things like that, lor. Then you have people like me lah doing performance management. So it's niche roles, but at the end of the day, it's more value adding, I would say, in terms of the HR function. Gone are the days where we are just simply processing documents lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, I want to ask you, right? Actually, why didn't you apply for the ACOM again after you graduated? Yeah.
Funny story. My manager left. Right?
Huh?
Yeah, he left to another company because he was promoted lah.
Oh, that's why he left.
Yeah, he left lah.
Oh, but it's him that you want to stay lah. Like you want to work there actually.
If I go back, it's because of him lah. Yeah. As much as he's a very annoying person sometimes to work with, but he is someone that at least recognizes or see value in me, because he extended my contract after internship. I stayed there for another 3 more months.
So you were there for almost 8 months.
Yeah.
I mean, you really enjoy it lah.
I would say mostly a positive experience there lah.
But the culture there was good lah. The working culture and stuff. The people there. And stuff.
I would say within the HR department, yes lah. I'm not so sure about the other people lah.
Was it very big, the HR department?
No, about 10 people or so.
But again, it's a 500 people company.
Yeah, around 4 to 500.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Wow. But how do you manage to find out this opportunity?
Ecom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ecom, right? Okay, so essentially what happened was we needed to clear internships.
Yeah.
It's mandatory ma. Right. So I found myself in this very weird position, right, whereby I needed to clear both summer school and internship within the same year.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. I applied for many jobs, many roles, internship, right? But none of them got back to me. So it was like towards the end already, right, whereby I didn't really have any choice. I needed to quickly secure internship before I go for my summer school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because once I'm in my summer school, I cannot apply.
Why? Why cannot apply?
As in, I could apply, but most of them wanted me to start during summer school.
Oh, okay.
The summer school period.
Oh, it's not okay.
Right. Nobody wanted me to start internship in August.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I had to thank my... Because in SUSS, there's like a career mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this career mentor was the one that connected me to my manager.
Oh.
Yeah, and my manager was willing to wait for me for 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I still remember when I first met him, I was like, oh, why do you like he asked me like, do you know why I accepted you or not? Like I was willing to wait for you or not?
Then why?
He used to be from CUSBT, dude.
Oh.
He's like, I want to see this guy.
Oh.
That's why I say God has a hand in everything that I do. So
how do you know that you're from
he
CUSBT?
saw like my
resume.
my other activities below under my resume.
Oh, no wonder.
I was doing tuition at that time.
Oh,
yeah. Then he's like, oh, this guy from church one. Like the Impact Life Church.
Yeah, man. Well, actually, so everything is really like has been planned out by God. Like since the day you click onto the HR.
Yeah. Exactly.
In poly.
That portal time.
Yeah, and then your NS, you were doing something that was more related to HR as well. And then uni, you got this opportunity. And then now you're going to work in this shipping company, HR.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot more I want to ask you, but now it's already 4:20 already.
4:20. Oh.
Yeah, you need to be there at 4:30, right? Yeah.
Okay lah. Be a bit late, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you can be a bit like 5 minutes late.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I think this will end here, I guess. I mean, I got no choice. I don't want to be late. You all have to be here at 4:30.
True lah. We can have a part 2 lah.
Can.
I think in fact, it will be good to have a part 2 when I start work.
Yeah, I think
I'll really let you know what really happens.
Yeah, I think I will definitely call you back once you start work. Maybe I'll give you about 6 months. Then you tell me all the insights about HR.
And the shipping company.
Yeah.
Shipping company quite interesting though. I have a lot of things to talk about it. Like even before I joined, I could gather quite a few things about the company itself really.
You can't say the company lah.
Sorry?
You won't say the company.
Company?
Yeah, you won't say the company name, right?
I said the company name just now, right? Did I?
No, you did. You said shipping company.
Oh, okay.
I mean, up to you. I say it up to you.
Oh, okay. Don't want.
Okay,
I go in first. I sign first.
Okay.
Then when I'm inside, then before they can fire me, then...
No, I mean, your terms and contract yourself. I mean, I don't know whether how much you can disclose.
Yeah. For such thing on.
I don't know. Well, that's why I always tell people, it's up to you how much you want to disclose.
That's interesting.
Okay, man. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming on my podcast.
Thanks so much for having me.
I'll see you next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
Oh,
I will check. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
See you,
thanks.
man. Bye-bye.
Bye.